What's up, everyone? So, in keeping with the Brooklyn Nets sweepstakes, the bubble just keeps busting. Goran Dragic calls out Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving while talking about his time with the Nets. His quote is saying it was quite hard because it wasn't about the team, it was more about individual performances. So, let's just take a deep dive into this. The Brooklyn Nets entered the 2021-2022 NBA season considered championship favorites by many people, but things didn't play in their favor. They finished a season with so many controversies without winning a single playoff game. The Brooklyn Knights were one of the biggest disappointments in the league, with several players disliking their time with the franchise. One of them is Goran Dragic, who landed in Brooklyn hoping to compete for the NBA championship, but his team struggled even to make it to the postseason. During a recent interview, the veteran point guard touched on several topics, including his decision to sign with the Chicago Bulls and his participation in the Slovenian national team. So, however, the quote that stood out the most involved his two former superstar teammates, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Dragic talked about his time playing with them, admitting it was too difficult since the team had an individual focus instead of a collective one. So his quote is saying, "Last year I decided the way I did. I played with some stars like KD and Kyrie, and I have to admit that it was quite difficult because their focus was all on the team, but mostly on their individual performances as of the individuals." So he added that the situation is over, and now he's ready to start a new chapter with the Chicago Bulls after agreeing to a one-year deal with the six-time NBA champions. You have had a really difficult season where almost nothing went according to plan. What aspirations do you have the next chapter of his career? This is a question that was asked to him. It was really tough. His responses, it was really tough last year, but that's part of the sport. I'm happy that I came to the club environment that I wanted, in which I know that I will play, where I can reach consistency again, and that's what I'm most happy about. Last season, I didn't play for 4 months. Then when I came to the Brooklyn Nets, I immediately played 30 minutes. It was difficult. The season was not really successful. But the most important thing is that that's all behind us. It is in the past now, and we can only look forward. So that was what he said. It's easy to see that his tenure with the Brooklyn Nets was anything but pleasant to Dragic. He's now linking up with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic, and more interesting players in the Bulls, like trying to take Chicago to compete to the East again. So his veteran presence was very, very helpful for the Bulls, who want to improve their performance from last season and show that they are back. So, I mean, it's all blowing over. This whole toxic atmosphere in the Brooklyn Nets locker room that potentially made James Harden leave. James Harden quit midway in the season, and he was traded in the trade deadline for Ben Simmons. It was all brought about by these two guys who have proven that time and time again they cannot lead a team. Even way back with KD with OKC, he was the true leader. He was supposed to lead that team to the championship. He blew a 3-1 lead with OKC, then subsequently leaving the team in free agency to join the Golden State Warriors. So he has leadership intangibles. He doesn't have the leadership intangibles. He may look like he can lead a team, but he can't. But when you look at Kyrie, man, he's not a leader. He wanted to be one in the Cleveland Cavaliers, then LeBron James came in. He demanded a trade to the Boston Celtics, where he was given the keys to the offense and given the keys to the franchise, where he failed miserably, and the team went farther without him than went with him. In 2018, when he had his ankle injury, the team went to the East Finals without him and Gordon Hayward. But with everyone intact, they didn't make it past the second round, and they got brutally embarrassed in the second round by the Milwaukee Bucks, who ended up winning the title in 2021, but that's just 2 years later. But then he went to the Brooklyn Nets, where he played second fiddle to KD, a guy that is supposed to lead a team, but he couldn't lead a team. He played for the Golden State Warriors for 3 seasons. He won 2 championships there. But an argument can be made, he wasn't the leader. He was the best player, but he wasn't the leader of that team. The leader of that team was Stephen Curry. And Stephen Curry led a team to win the championship before KD, with KD, and after KD, So you can see the problem is KD and Kyrie. These two guys have shown that you cannot trust them with your whole franchise. And Goran Dragic just, said that, and he was quoted as saying that, and it reflects poorly on them. And this, I can say, it makes their trade stock take a huge, massive hit, because any team that is going to get any of these two guys, actually, luckily for Kyrie, is on an expiring deal. So any deal that's gonna get after in the summer of next 2023, it has to be a vet minimum deal. He's not gonna be able to get a max contract, because Nike even were tired of his antics, and now they're just dropping their shoe deal with him. So yeah, KD displeased. He signed a 4-year, 198 million extension, looking for a trade after playing with Kyrie, being disappointed. So it's all the blame. It goes on to both of these guys, KD and Kyrie. They're the reason why the Brooklyn Nets has failed and flopped. And they're the reason why they also had a hand in the Boston Celtics front office trading away James Harden and getting, oh my God, a Ben Simmons. So they have to deal with three problems. There's Kyrie, KD, Ben Simmons, all of them in the same team. And I'm not even sure if they're going to get traded this offseason, because things have really gone on slow. The asking price for KD is too high, so we're just waiting to see what team is going to pull the trigger in either 3-team, 4-team, even the most rare 5-team trade. I've not seen a 5-team trade happen, but all I'm saying is the asking price for KD is very high. So I'm not sure which team is going to afford him. And Kyrie, expiring deal, maybe he can be traded for Russell Westbrook. We don't know that, but we're yet to see. So that's what I got today. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comments. I'm out. I'm gonna see you in the next upload.